I remember interviewing you when you got your star, and I asked you specifically about Oscars and awards, and you said very flatly you do not care.
Yeah.
But I think this is a film that deserves to be nominated. Would you
Wow.
love for it to be nominated? Because it was very good.
I don't want anything because I'm Black. I want it because I deserved it and the work was there and people saw it and thought, oh wow, this is something that deserves it. If that happens, then great. But for Joshua and Soleil and the cast, for them to be recognized, that would mean the world to me for sure.
All right, well, you just saw a clip from an interview that Tyler Perry did, and I will leave a link to the full-on interview in the comment section below. And this goes back to the video I did several days ago about, Tyler Perry possibly showing us a side of himself in his content that we haven't seen before. Pretty much having people who say Tyler Perry stays in one lane, we know what to expect from him, but now in the future, he might be putting out content that has us going, oh wow, I didn't expect that. But at the beginning of that particular interview, Tyler Perry was asked a question, Jazzman's Blues. I know when you got your star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I specifically asked about Oscars and, different awards. And you said it wasn't about, getting the thumbs up from Hollywood. It was about enjoying your craft and doing what you wanted to cater to the voices. And Tyler Perry still stands firm on that statement. And the question was raised by the, person conducting the interview. I saw the film and I'm like, this might actually be, nominated for an Oscar because it was great. And, Tyler himself said, hey, it doesn't really matter if I, get nominated or win, but if the stars of the film get recognized, then yeah, that would be great, So I just wanted to pose the question or give my answer to the question. Could a Jazzman's Blues be Oscar worthy? Either winning or at the very least getting a nomination. As someone who doesn't really watch the Oscars, because I think even Tyler Perry or somebody might have said this before, but when it comes to the Oscars, usually movies that win, a lot of people, specifically like Black people, were like, wait, that was a film? When did that come out? So when a Black person or a Black film or, something like that wins, it's a big thing because it's like, holy crap, we're recognized by the Oscars. But more often than not, the films that win, they're really like puzzlers to the audience because like, when did that movie come out? That was a thing. But let me just put it this way. In terms of what I loved about the movie, the music was my favorite element. I think the acting was well done. I think like the set locations and the wardrobe, when I watched the film, I don't think for one second I went, oh, that's a bad Tyler Perry wig piece moment. No, I thought everything was pretty. I felt like when the movie was in the 40s, it felt like the 40s. When it was in the 80s, which was brief because I think it only took place in 1987 during the opening scene and at the closing. I think the opening scene when Hattie Mae delivers the letter to Jonathan, the guy running for mayor, and then at the end where Jonathan goes to the nursing home to see his mother Leanne, that was it. That was the only 80s moment. Everything else took place like in the 30s and 40s. So the music, again, like I said, was my favorite part. Perhaps that might actually get nominated for something. Let me just put it this way. This, to me, was a highlight of Tyler Perry's career. While the film had its issues, which I talk about in a separate video, mainly in regards to like the story, I do feel like this was definitely something that I think will get praise. I haven't looked at any official reviews yet, and it's Saturday afternoon when I'm recording this. I watched a movie last night with my nephew. He prefers comedy, by the way. He was like, this really didn't do it for me. But I do feel like this movie, I can't wait to see what Twitter has to say and, other sources. But, a lot of the cast from different Tyler Perry projects and other celebrities, they went to various screenings of the film, last week, earlier this week. They've given it like, 2 thumbs up. Tyler Perry, this was a great film, beautiful. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think I've seen anyone say anything very negative about the film aside from like towards the end of it, which is how I feel about it as well. But I'll do a separate video talking about that. But in terms of Oscar worthiness, I don't think I'm the right person to ask because I don't really have a lot of experience with the Oscars in terms of what makes a film eligible. But I do think there were different elements of the film that I hope at least get considered for nomination, like the wardrobe, the music, things like that. That's just my opinion. But there's anybody who's more Oscar savvy, because let's be honest, I think a lot of us only know the Oscars in terms of what happened earlier this year, Will Smith, Chris Rock. But other than that, that's all I have to say about it. I mean, it would be pretty cool because, you know, in videos over the years, I've talked about how different Tyler Perry projects where people don't really get nominated. A lot of people say, you know, so-and-so should have got nominated for an Emmy or something like that. But I don't think we've ever, and I could be wrong, I haven't looked into this, but I don't think there's ever been a notable, if any, cast member of a Tyler Perry project that's been nominated for like an Oscar for their work. So it would be ironic because I do recall Tyler talking about how too bad, so sad for those who were offered a role in the movie or to be a part of the music, they turned it down. That would kind of be like, oh my God, if somebody from the film actually gets nominated and it's like, damn, I could have been part of that. So I could see Tyler having somebody from the film get nominated and be like, well, I tried to tell him. So, all right, that's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts. But I think, and this is just my opinion, I mean, Tyler has already said it doesn't matter, but he would love if some of the cast get recognized for their talent and their work. I think Tyler's greatest reward is finally telling a story that he wrote 27 years ago. I think if nothing else, he's won. And on top of that, he's a billionaire, so he's won. But yeah, I will never, ever, ever talk down on the man for the way he's able to allow people to have their shot. Some of these people have been in the game for a while, whether it be Broadway, you know, TV shows, other films. But this movie could have been like their first true like big break. And Tyler Perry allowed them to have that. And yeah, for the most part, I don't have a problem with the roles. I think the cast was perfect. And, you know, there might have been a couple of changes I would have made, but I'll talk about that in another video. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this movie was Oscar worthy? Or at the very least, is it one of the more notable quality Tyler Perry projects? How would you rank the film in terms of Tyler Perry films? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for tuning in. As I mentioned in every video, and as I probably mentioned before, but I forgot if I already said it, like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.